Welcome back to my channel. So today we're heading on over to IKEA to see what we can find accessory wise for the modern cottage style. I wanted to showcase this vignette they had up because it really depicted the modern cottage style. It was a little bit too cluttered, but nevertheless you could get a lot of inspiration. That's why I love IKEA so much. Going in there doesn't mean you have to come away buying a lot of things. It's just going in there to get so much inspiration. So I stopped by the kitchen section first to see what I could find, and I found these plates. They were called the uppläggar, and they were so pretty. They had this sort of very dainty trellis around the edges, very country cottage kind of look, white, so it was clean, it was minimal, not very fussy. I found a side plate for it as well as a deep soup bowl that you see here. You could buy it as well in a big set, a box, and it was really very pretty, very easy to create the modern cottage style with this sort of aesthetic, because it's white, everything is just clean lines, but it still has a little edging and detailing on the side that brings it into the cottage world. You could have it on a plate rack as well, standing up on your wall just to showcase them, and they would look pretty. These bowls were really sweet. They had a lot of different types of bowls and plates in this white off-white color, which would work really well in the modern cottage style. This particular one reminded me of a crockery set that we have here that's very popular in Sweden called Swedish Grace. It was sort of mimicking their design, and IKEA obviously have come up with their own version, and obviously at a fraction of the price. So this was also very pretty. It was more on the modern side, I would say, but nevertheless, if that was your aesthetic and vibe, you could go for something like this. I really loved this sort of white creamy color, really goes with anything, and you could also mix it with some others. Now I also saw they've come out with two new colors in this set of plates that they have. This has been around for a while. It's called the Fåglar, and it has been one of their staples really at IKEA, but they've come up with a sort of a sage green and a pink, which would really work. And then they also have this gray color in that sort of Swedish Grace style crockery set, which all would work with a modern cottage aesthetic. They had a lovely selection of glassware. I really liked these ones. They came in a set. You had your drinking glasses, and then you had those special you could use them for wine or normal drinking glasses as well. This one was called the Pokal. It was also really sweet. They remind me of glasses that you would use at a bistro. Now when you pick this up, you can see it's got a very slight tint. Obviously see the tint more when the glasses are all together, but it really has a lovely look to it. You could go pink, and they also have this blue, which I would definitely stay away from. The pink color would work, but really for the modern cottage aesthetic, you want to keep everything minimal and as modern as possible. So I would definitely go for these sort of glass, clear glasses. Now this one was also really lovely. I could see you can do ice cream in it, you can do sort of a milkshake in it, and I would probably go as far as to say as you could have some wine or even drinks in it. So really versatile little glass there, and it was only 19 crowns. It's called the Pokal, and it was really pretty. Now I did walk around and I did find a lot of other glasses as well. So if you were looking for some glasses as well to display in your kitchen for the modern cottage aesthetic, that would really be an inexpensive way to do it, and IKEA would be a good place. Now talking about throws, I didn't see anything that I absolutely loved, except for the one I'm going to be showing you in a little bit. Now this one is lovely color. This one is new, but then again it looked pretty, but I wasn't so keen on the texture, and I wasn't sure how well it would wash up. It was 179 crowns, so not really expensive. So I'm a little skeptical, especially because your throws, you want to wash them and you want them looking nice, because they want to be able to keep them on your couch. So from all the throws here, I would definitely go with this one. It's called the the Humle Mott. It's really pretty. I have a red and a pink at home. They wash well and I can really recommend them. Now they've come out with two new colors, this sort of beige color and a sort of a blue color. So heading on over to curtains, I have some of these IKEA curtains that I'm looking at now, and they look like linen, although they're not. They've got a really good price mark. I absolutely love it. You can see close up, it really looks like it's a sort of a linen color. It's very heavy and it really is beautiful. I'll have them linked for you in the description box below. And this is their other curtain that is very popular. It's their velvet curtains. They're all blackout and they had some new curtains as well. So if you're looking for IKEA curtains, I would really recommend trying to go for something that has a sort of heaviness to it, a blackout curtain, something like the Selna, or even these sort of suede curtains. They looked really nice and they were pretty good price point. Now some of these new ones I would stay away from, but this is the suede one as well in a sort of really lovely muted blue, would work great in the modern cottage style. And then they had a green as well and a beige. Now these are the ones I have at home. I cannot remember the name, but I'm going to leave it for you in the description box below, so don't worry, everything will be there. This one was $7.99 and I would really recommend that you go to IKEA and pick up some curtains if you want to create the coziness that you want to have in a modern cottage style home. These blinds I thought would work perfectly with the modern cottage. The sage green color was lovely and the stripe detailing was just darling. And then you got a number of shade options. Now IKEA has really stepped up their game where shades are concerned. This one was $2.99. That was a Sundervell and it was really good. This is definitely the one that I would go for. It was slightly thicker than the others, not as see-through. I would, if you have the money, recommend that you get your blinds tailored to your home like we did. It costs a little bit more, but really is worth the money. But if you are looking for a cheaper option, IKEA has a number of options, but this is definitely the one I would go for, and I would have it linked down in the description box for you. They had white and grey and this sort of charcoaly grey color, and I thought they were a good price and good value for money. Now this was a new piece. I didn't seen this before. It is a curtain rod in wood. It's $4.99. I think it comes with a double curtain rod, so you can have a sheer curtain at the back and then a heavy curtain in front. Would look really beautiful in a home, especially with the modern cottage aesthetic. It's a lot of wood and then this little hints of silver on it. Chrome would work really well with this aesthetic. So I thought this was a lovely find, really beautiful. Sometimes you don't want to have black curtain railings, they just look too heavy, and this would really be a great option. Accessories for your sofas and for your single chairs as well as your dining room chairs. This is what I would go for. They were $3.99 and they also had a cheaper version of it. These throws are just so great to have in a modern cottage style home, just because it gives you a lot of texture, gives you a lot of warmth. You don't need to wash them, you just need to brush them off, and they really give off a very plush, a very tranquil, cozy effect. Now heading on over to their textiles, especially in the bedding area, they had a number of options that would be really easy to use to incorporate the modern cottage aesthetic into your home. I did a video a few weeks ago on the steps you would need to use to create this style in your home, and I showcased my guest bedroom, which does have a modern cottage feel to it, unintentionally, because that's how I've decorated it when I moved into this house 9 years ago. But an easy way to incorporate this style is through the IKEA bedding. They have a lovely variety of bedding, and this one especially is a linen peach color. If you don't want to go the route of a print, that would really be a beautiful option. Now a cheaper option are these sort of pin striped bed linen. I have these on my children's bed. It's a light gray and I love them so much. And now they've come in a variety of colors. And you could just simply use that on the bed if you didn't want to print something very neutral but still gives off that modern cottage vibe. Now, as you can see, I'm going through all their bedding and they have a number of bedding options that would really fit this style of interior design. So an easy transition as well, not expensive, a really easy way to bring in the modern cottage into your home. So don't forget to check out their bedding and their linen section. They had some throws as well, but I really was focusing on the bedding, and as you can see, this is the one I'm talking about. It's got a sort of a very thin stripe and it is a sort of a sage green there. This is a sort of bluey grey, and we've got a beige, which is all the rage right now. And like I said, they had a light green and a pink as well. So a number of options to choose from, and it was really very inexpensive. I think the single bed sheet and duvet was, I think, at just 199 crowns. This lamp was a new lamp. I have this in my home. It works beautifully in my home, and I'm trying to create a sort of modern luxury style downstairs. It works with that, but it could also work really well in a modern cottage style house. You want to make sure you've got some nice mood lighting, some textured lighting, and the base of this was really textured. It comes with the lampshade at 699 crowns, and it was really a good buy. Now, these lamps were also so pretty. I would definitely go for the beige, but they had a black one as well. These come on a dimmer, so they look like an oil lamp without having to put in a lot of oil in it. It was 399 crowns, not cheap, but really a lovely little piece to have in the corner or somewhere in the kitchen, just to give some ambient lighting. Now, this one, the Erd, is a nice desk lamp. It has this sort of cottage color blue on it, and it's the style, and with the shape of it, I think it would work really well with this modern cottage aesthetic. So that was another great lamp that I found. And then I found this one. This one is an old one. They've had it for a number of years, but it's still very pretty. It is common, that's the only thing I would have against it, but it works really beautifully in the modern cottage style. Now, these jugs are also really old. I bought mine over 15 years ago, so they've had it for a long time at IKEA. These jugs, they have it in two sizes at the moment. They used to have a really big size, but they don't anymore. But they're so versatile. You can use them obviously as jugs, but you can add flowers in it, cut some greens in it. It really gives off a very lovely modern cottage vibe. Before we finish up this video, I wanted to take you along and show you these stoneware candles that they have. I haven't tried any of them scent wise, so I won't be able to recommend any of them, but I love the stoneware on the candles. Now, I've done some research and I've seen some YouTubers, House of Valentina, have used these candles, and they do say that they're really good. I would probably be buying some for the autumn months that are coming up soon, but I wanted to draw attention to them because it has a beautiful different colors, different scents, really work in a modern cottage style. And of course, I wanted to draw your attention finally to these baskets. This line of baskets that they've made are for pots really to have outside. That's why you have the plastic lining in it, but they are so beautiful and so well made. They're not cheap for IKEA, but you're not going to get this quality basket anywhere else, especially not here in Sweden anyway, for this price. They were really beautiful, good quality, sturdy. It is a new product. They've had it in the last 6 months. Really beautiful. These sort of window baskets are gorgeous. Anything in these baskets really would work with the modern cottage style. So I hope you've enjoyed following along with me at IKEA to see what kind of accessories we can use for the modern cottage style. And if you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you next time.